Hello everybody, and this is John Doe from Dueling Network. Today I'll be doing another deck profile. Today we'll be watching, I'll be showing you my Infernity deck, the one I showed you a few videos ago. Probably should have done it before I did those videos, but you know, a lot of people kept asking for me to record stuff like that, so I guess I'm just gonna get right to it. I have 16 monsters, 10 spells, and 14 traps. We have 3 Archfiend, 3 Grepher. I did have 2 earlier. Decided to put in a third one, and got rid of the Guardian. I have 1 Patrol, 3 Necromancer, 3 Beetle, 1 Avenger, and 2 Mirage. I decided not to put in 3 Mirage because it does clog, and 2 is pretty good. Although I do really want throughout the video, I really wanted another Mirage because my opponent, Apollo Cosmic, I think, he was using his Exodia deck, and he kept making me draw cards, and it was just really annoying that I kept getting Mirage first turn, and sometimes both Mirage in one turn. And I also have 1 Avenger. Some people actually put in 2 Avengers, but I feel it's just too weak of a card in order to actually help me out when I need it. And a lot of the times, if my opponent is able to attack me, I probably have cards in my hand, so Avenger is usually useless. So for the spells, we have Book of Moon, Dark Hole, Forbidden, I meant to say Foolish Burial, Heavy Storm, 1 Launcher, if only you can have 3 now, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 Mystical, 1 for 1, and 1 Reinforcement in the Army. With this deck, you actually have to have like no cards. That means you have to have minus cards like Book of Moon, because the card itself, you know, all cards by itself, it's a minus right there, and then Book of Moon makes the opponent's card go face down, so that's a minus. So Book of Moon's a pretty minus card. It's pretty powerful though. 1 for 1 is you discard a card, and 1 for 1, the card itself, it's a minus right there. So, but you do get a plus by special summoning either Mirage or an Avenger. So that's why you should have cards like that, and also Launcher. I'm still really new with this deck, but I act like I'm good at this deck, but I am not good at this deck at all. I was really lucky when I fought Apollo Cosmic, and I beat him twice. The third duel he actually beat me, but he told me not to record that one. So for the traps, we have 2 Bottomless, 3 Barrier, 3 Inferno, 1 Judgment, 2 Warning, 1 Starlight Road, and 2 Torrential. So I decided to put in the 3 Infernos because, like I said, you really need to get those cards to the graveyard. And since it says cards, discard 2 cards and then put the 2 Infernities from the deck to the graveyard, it really helps out just in case if you don't have like 2 Infernity monsters, like if you have like a Grepher and a Patrol, and you really need to put them in the graveyard or wherever for some reason. I also have 2 Torrential. I'm usually not too keen on having 2 Torrential. However, I didn't want to put a Mirror Force because I felt like it would just slow the deck down a little. There's also the Infernity Break. Let's look at all the Infernity cards. Yeah, the Infernity Break. That one's actually not that bad. However, I just didn't think it was useful enough. It didn't help me out with discarding cards from my hand. Plus, it has a condition. You have to have no cards in your hand in order to even activate this trap card. I mean, of course there's the Barrier, which you can't have any cards in your hand either, but later on during the duel, Barrier is ultimate, basically. So I actually have one in real life, but whatever. So for the extra deck, we have 3 Exceeds monsters. They're basically useless, but just in case if I need them, we have 1 Steel Swarm Roach, 1 Lavalval Chain, which helps out with putting the cards in the graveyard. We have 1 Leviair, just in case if I want to reuse Patrol, or just in case any of my other monsters are being banished for some reason. For the Synchros, we have 12 Synchros. We have 1 Ally Justice Decisive Armor. Decided to actually put this card in because I saw at one of the duels, you saw a 6 Samurai deck using this card, and was actually able to make a comeback. Of course, he still lost big time, but I decided I could actually put this card in like almost every deck, and almost every single Synchro deck, of course, because this card is actually pretty useful. You could use it for basically as a beat stick, but you know, I put it in just in case if I really wanted. I may actually get rid of it sooner or later for another worm. Speaking of, we have 1 worm. Now for the other monsters, we have 1 Void Ogre Dragon, 100 Eyes Dragon, 1 Infernity Doom Dragon, 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Brionic Dragon of the Ice Barrier, 1 TG Hyper Librarian, 1 Stygian Surgeons, and 1 Ali of Justice Cataster. As you can see, there are actually quite a bit of level 8 Synchro Monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did actually add the Void Ogre Dragon to this deck before I decided to put this deck profile up. Now I think about it, I'm not really sure if I want to keep the Ali of Justice Decisive Armor. I may just, like I said, put in another worm, so it's your choice. I may actually just do that right now. But I'll just keep it now. I'll just keep it there for now and see if it works. I haven't actually tested out having Decisive Armor either. I haven't done it yet, so anyway, so now for the extra deck, we have 3 DD Crow and 2 Veiler. Both of these cards, you discard them, so that means you have less of a hand, plus they're really, really good against the meta now. We have we have 3 Soul Taker, we have 2 Chain Disappearance, 3 Light Imprisoning Mirror, and 2 Mind Crush. I decided to actually put this card in because if I'm facing off against like a, I don't know, an Insector deck, basically any deck really, because there's with the Heroes, Insectors, Exodia, even 20 turn, the Final Countdown deck. I mean, all of these cards you can just get rid of. Plus, if you're incorrect, you still get to see their hand. Even if you say Chuck Norris, you still get to see their hand no matter what. Also, you get to discard, but of course they get to choose because it's random, and you can't really choose in Dueling Network to what randomly. So that's basically it. Let me see if I have any other cards that's a little strange to put in. I decided not to put in a Infernity Force because it really doesn't seem that great, and also the Infernity Reflector. I was actually really close to putting this in, but I just don't know. I mean, discarding the entire hand is really useful, but I just don't know anymore. I may actually take it in one day. Unfortunately, I got rid of the Guardian, so I can keep my deck as fast as possible. And I put in another Grapher so I can get rid of that stupid hand I just can't deal with sometimes. So that's basically the deck, and if you guys have any suggestions for my deck, please comment below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time, and Merp.